All right, so this is Temur Neoform combo. There's a ton of different ways to build this archetype, I'm sure. Is this one we're playing the best variation? Probably not. But, you know, I'd assume the best variation hasn't been found yet. So the core idea here is using the new card from whatever this new set is, Zendikar, Sea Gate Stormcaller. You play this with 4 mana available. So you cast Sea Gate Stormcaller. Then it says, the next instant or sorcery spell with converted mana cost 2 or less you cast, you get to copy it. So after this trigger resolves, you play Neoform, sacrificing Sea Gate Stormcaller. Then Stormcaller's trigger copies Neoform. So you'll have 2 Neoforms on the stack. Your first Neoform resolves and gets Dualcaster Mage, a card from Jumpstart that was introduced to Historic. Dualcaster Mage comes into play, copies the Neoform that's still on the stack. You have another Neoform. That Neoform gets another Dualcaster Mage. You get all 4 Dualcaster Mages out of your deck. Then you start getting Glasspool Mimics, copying Dualcaster Mage. You get 4 more Dualcaster Mages. You end up with 8 3/3 Dualcaster Mages with Neoform. Then, with these 8 3/3 Dualcaster Mages in play, you have 2 Neoforms on the stack, and you get Tuktuk Rubblefort to give all of them haste, as well as a miscellaneous Brazen Borrower or Bonecrusher Giant, and attack for upwards of 30. So, this build that we're playing, there's a few different ways you could build this. This build around submission was specifically to try and construct the deck in a way where we have a tempo deck backup plan. So the idea is that we're not all in on this combo. We're going to be able to like nickel and dime people and attack with regular old creatures in some of our games to win as well. There is a more all-in build of this deck that like plays mana dorks and only plays cantrips and tries to combo as consistently as possible. That build also tends to play Combat Celebrant to exert and get a second combat step, so you guaranteed win the turn you combo most of the time. Yeah, it plays Pact of Negation too, to be super all-in. So this build is explicitly not all-in. If you're interested in seeing what a variation of the all-in build looks like, you can check out my deck queue on my website. We're going to be playing that at some point in the next week, most likely. But there's a link in there now if you want to take a peek at what the more all-in build looks like. Yeah, so our combo isn't infinite, but it's sufficiently large enough finite under most board states, basically. Is the TLDR. Sure. Thank you for clipping the combo time, Lorks. It's gonna get asked a bunch. I appreciate you. Yeah, exactly, Drakari. So the more all-in build basically tries to ensure that its combo is going to be lethal. The turn it goes, but a lot of times you don't need that to be the case. Like, you can just do it the next turn. Drawing a bunch of Glasspool Mimics probably isn't a great start to what we have going on. Six feet apart. What fantastically great advice. And thanks for the fantastically big sub. I appreciate the very generous tier 3. Be sure to drop me a message. Let me know if there's something you'd like to bump up in the queue, or submit something through the forum if you'd like to add a new deck yourself. Hey, thanks for the 21 months, Silent Faith. Hope you're staying safe out there. I really appreciate the support. Let's make sure you have a sword for when you're here, huh? Ah, nice. Dat September discount. Am I playing another 4-3 out here? I feel like the answer is no. I think I'm just passing. I think in the more all-in builds of the deck, playing narrow, kind of clunky bad cards like the Valakut card is probably fine. Here, that's not really what I'm looking to do. Again, this build around specifically is looking to have a deck that's functional when we don't have that going on. Hello, son. How are you this morning? What are you doing with the chair, dude?
Behold, nature's true power.
Almost positive. Thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. We're a land destruction deck now. Yep, certainly feels like it. I think we're just making some Bonecrusher Giants here. Chairs that spin are a lot of sorry, Jake. Chairs that spin are a lot of fun.
Harness the elements.
So, I think the play here is opt. I don't even need to full control. I could just put a stop here, right? So we opt, and then we Dualcaster Mage our opt. Yeah, that's fine. That'll give us enough prowess triggers to kill this, so which is great. Brazen Borrower also sounds fine. Good bottoming that. Well, it's got a whole lot of nothing going on, it seems like. We'll put this into play as the red source have plenty of green. Let's just hold up Borrower.
Witness the ties that bind us all.
What happens if we Dualcaster an Adventure? You copy the Adventure. Yeah, we are a Stormcaster away from combo killing them. Pact of Negation, yep.
Rise, my elemental friend.
Are they dead? I think they're dead, right? Because like they have Pact of Negation they have to pay for next turn.
I must go.
think we're just passing, right? Again, this is the type of deck where there's going to be a lot of random situational things like this. There's going to be a lot of random situational things where you can play that can help you win in some edge cases, but it doesn't mean we should take our deck and mess it up a bunch to play to those edge cases. Alright, no pact litigation that time through. Yeet. Yeet that one back into your hand, As a Tuktuk Rubblefort, it's part of our combo code. I think I want a second Questing Beast against the Nissa deck. Disdainful Stroke's probably okay here. Bonecrusher Giants, maybe a little whatever. To be fair, the opponent didn't have a lot going on other than the Nissa. Hey, bud, I love you. He didn't help you with Minecraft? This is probably a mulligan because of all the combo pieces in our hand, right? We're like missing green mana too. The bottom Bonecrusher here. That's great, Lou. Yeah, I like to try and host smaller people when I can when I sign off for that reason. Guys, you need to keep your hands to yourself, please. Watch a show and leave each other alone. Thank you. Okay, I mean, that's the combo, right? We just gotta get to 4 mana. Don't even think about it right now. That's a good line. Disdainful Stroke's a good draw, so hopefully they, like, Nissa us next turn. Or, like, play something that we can stroke. And then we get to untap and combo them. Boo. Boo. Am I YOLOing this? Or do I sit tight? Dream Arkrima, thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I don't know. I feel like there's some value in waiting for them to tap out. That's true. What does not waiting help? That's fair. Yeah, I think I'm in on that. He was in fact great. Splinter Twin and Pioneer Masters. Well, I mean, it's worth noting that this combo is actually not Pioneer legal, right? So like to all the idiots out there that are like, why does Historic need to exist? Like, Dualcaster Mage is explicitly not. Is it really Dualcaster if it casts 6, 7, or 8 times? Asking the real questions. Alright, no fog to be had. Heartless Act can't disrupt this combo. Oh yeah, that's true, because they all have 1/1 counters, don't they? That's funny. You always end up getting Bonecrusher last trigger, or Brazen Borrower. That's true. You can kill the 2-drop in response to its trigger if I don't have another 2-drop. Which this deck does not have a ton of 2-drops. The deck command takes you to a Runeterra deck list. The deck command actually gives you 2 commands, but people like you that can't figure out how to use a command is why I often turn on subscribers only chat during sub mode. Yep, so we can fix that. We were just digging for our combo pieces, right? Digging for Bonecrusher Giants, also nice here. Awkward. Thanks for the 2/3 video. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. It's the best way to interact with it. Yeah, you could kill Stormcaller. You could have Grafdigger's Cage. You could counter their Neoform. You could discard spell their stuff. A lot of different things you could do. Settle the Wreckage. Looks like the mono black Godfarer gift deck most likely here. Yeah, you can kill Tuktuk before they move to attackers, then sweep the board. Are there any basics in this deck? There are not. Hacker's Balling always costs 3 against us. Yes, it does. I'm interested to see how this next open goes, playing modified historic for it. I think there's a chance that we've maybe changed the format too much, but I'm interested to see what feedback looks like based on how many people want to play in the event and how many people watch. I'm gonna wait to do my October sub-survey until after the 3rd. I'll probably send it out on the 4th. So I can get feedback from people after playing and watching it, what they think. A very large Fiend Artisan. I assume they're just going to take 4 here. Yeah, testing will be a little bit challenging for folks. I would encourage you, if you're looking to find matches to test for the event, use the subscribers Discord server. I'm sure there'll be other people. Information on the opens on my website. I would encourage you to read through all of the paragraphs in the rules section on the MTG Melee page. So there's a lot of words in there that basically boil down to you need to be able to share your screen to Discord upon request, or we will drop you from the event. That is the one thing that's different from a normal tournament style thing, is that being able to participate in coverage is a hard requirement. It's not optional. Yeah, there's a bunch of voice channels at the bottom of Discord you can go live in at any time. In fact, there's a number of community members that regularly share their screen in there when they're playing games and stuff. You also don't have to be in my Discord server to test it. You can use any Discord server. You just join a voice channel and then click go live. Have a good class, Chase. Think we're dead, fam? This only copies my things, right? Yeah. Okay, that's a potential out. So this means if we find our Stormcaller, we could try and combo them next turn. Having their Discord account linked should be a requirement to join the event, Orgy. I checked that box off at least when I created the event. Details on the subs Discord can be found here. The invites are handled automatically based on your current sub status to the channel. So we'll eat this. We'll chump block here. Yeah, the L guy. We're banning Uro, Muxus, and Claim the Firstborn. And basically powered down all of the top decks without outright removing them. And I did Wizards of the Coast job for them and wrote justifications for why these bannings make sense and should be the norm. They're going to get to Chupacabra my Bonecrusher anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and attack them. We can flash this in and block the 14/14 here. So, Gate to the Afterlife is going to fetch up God Pharaoh's Gift. They'll get to bring back a monster from here. Oh, do I die to Massacre Worm now, though? I think I died a Massacre Worm now, though, right? Because I didn't leave this back. Yeah, there's one of those those in here, right? Oh, second Artisan's lethal. Oh no, the Master Worm's only a 4/4, so that's not lethal. The second Artisan is lethal though. Okay, yeah, so I should have left the Bonecrusher Giant back. Oh, okay, sure, yeah, deal. Alright, and I believe even with 2 Dualcaster Mages and a clone out, Stormcaller's still lethal next turn. They have 1 blocker. We'll get to get 5 3/3s plus an extra one at the end. Rats. So I don't have Graveyard Hate. Obviously, my deck can't play Grafdigger's Cage because Grafdigger's Cage stops Neoform from working. Abrade here is stellar, though, both at killing their cheap things and at destroying their key artifacts. Unsubstantiate's probably slow. I think you always keep Questing Beast in just so you have something to Neoform your 3-drops into. That's okay. I can afford to trim Spikefield Hazard, although I guess I'm boarding in extra red cards. Maybe that's wrong. Need 2 more cuts here. Scar Mage is probably a little slow and whatever. Let's try this. I don't know that we really need it. How do we know when to add the Bolt Lands to a deck? It depends on if your strategy is gonna find them useful. So like, for example, none of the Temur Bolt Lands really forward this deck's game plan. Jim Davis tweeted last night, and I really agree with him. The Spikefield card that we're playing 2 copies of, I think that's probably actually the best double land in the set. The one that deals 1 damage to something or is a tapped red land. This one, it's very, very good. Yeah, Sonic. So that build is in the deck queue. It's close-ish to the top. I think we're going to get to it before the end of the week, unless there's a crazy amount of donations. This build that we're playing right now was explicitly asked to try and construct something that has a tempo backup plan. Because of the exile clause? It's just because it's a removal spell. It's a removal spell that also doubles as a land when you need it to be a land. Alright, so if we draw Neoform, they die. So I think with that draw, we Stormgate and then double up tier, huh? Only needed 1, chat. Only needed 1. So I imagine we're going to see them draw a card here and then probably activate Priest. That would actually be pretty good for us. It would tap them out of blockers for the most part. So we're just like hoping not to get Thought Seized again here so we can get them next turn. Hopefully they just like Priest us, then play like a Gate to the Afterlife. Let's go ahead and send this back from whence it came. And like maybe we can tempo them out with Brazen Borrowers and stuff. My chat, sorry, my on-screen chat is going, but my actual Twitch chat I had open that normally I read the chat from stopped. So if anybody just asked me anything, I missed it. Was there a sub in there too that I just missed? Penumbra, thanks for the 3/4 of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Doesn't Twin imply a 2-card combo? This is a 2-card combo, Chayete. You have some other cards that you have to put into your deck and draw on occasion, but... You kill them with just Sea Gate plus Neoform. Going to 12 here. Unfortunately, Priest with their tiny bodies is going to make it tough to kill them in the air, but won't be for lack of trying. Yep. Gosh, I guess if they have Godbearer's Gift here, they could hardcast it. They have 8 mana. If we draw another brick next turn, we're probably Glasspool mimicking this Brazen Borrower. That's not a brick. So I think the play now is attack for 3 and then plan to opt Dualcaster Mage opt on their turn to hopefully find the other Neoform to combo next turn. Yeah, both of these are instant, so I can't wait to do that. Silly opponent. You've activated my trap card. So they can sack these to the priest to kill Dualcaster Mage inside of combat here, but it'll mean that they don't get to use the mana from their priest, which is great. I mean, obviously I don't think that there's another good 2-drop to play. That's why I'm not playing any. So, like, if you have a good 2-drop to offer, I'm open for suggestions, but no, the reason why I didn't include a 2-drop in the deck, another 2-drop in the deck, is because I didn't think any of them fit well. Do 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 do. So again, we've drawn through some of our combo pieces, but still plenty of them here, and they're all 3/3s. Hey, Pinky, thanks for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. It's a very quick, efficient combo. Yeah, you don't have to screw around too much. Again, good example of someone mentioned, like, do you need to play cards to put cards from your combo back into your deck? Like, we drew 3 of our 8 combo cards that game, and it was still just, like, plenty enough to kill them through a couple of blockers. Also, again, worth noting that, like, even if we don't kill them that turn, we weren't dead on the backswing, right? So, like, we could have killed them the following turn and been okay. So there's more all-in builds playing things like Combat Celebrant, but I don't think that that's necessary a large amount of the time. I just cut it because it's not an individually very good card, Wargy. So the idea behind this deck is that, like, we want to be able to win some games without combo killing. So I cut the kind of bad cards that were only... I cut everything but Tuktuk is basically, like, this is the only, like, really bad card in our deck. So this is a different build, Wargy. So there's a more all-in build that's trying to only combo kill people. This configuration that we're playing today is interested in being able to play a mid-range plan. I keep the Bonecrusher and my redundant Neoforms here. Yeah, the other one's in the queue still. As is often the case when new combos like this pop up, there's frequently going to be lots of different directions to try and test and tune and optimize them in. Looking for lands and Stormcallers at this point. I think my I think my plan to balance how much standard versus how much historic I do is going to largely be dictated by how many deck submissions I get, so long as I'm enjoying both formats. So I think, like, right now, for example, the historic queue has more points in it, so we're doing more historic this week. And then I'll reassess at the beginning of next week what the deck queue looks like. We don't know if this is good, but is this the type of combo you think it's healthy for the format if it turns out to be good? I don't know. That's a good question. I feel like this one is probably within the range of okay because it requires you to put some kind of mediocre magic cards in your deck. And it also is interactable via removal in addition to counter spells and discard spells. Yeah, and that's why, like, I was always pretty fine with Winota, but I dislike Muxus, for example. Like, the Muxus is a card that laps in the face of people's 1-for-1 removal, whereas this deck that we're playing tends to have a hard time with 1-for-1 removal. So I know I just drew the combo here, but rather than jam, I'm going to play Bonecrusher Giant with the hope that my opponent Ravenous Chupacabras this and then is tapped out and we can kill them next turn while they're tapped out. This is the punish for my play here. As they draw Thoughtseize. I think it was correct to wait, but this definitely feels bad. Hey, my line was good. They had Chupacabra. Gonna play a 2/2 with Flash here. No, you kill the Stormcaller Moose in response to its enter play trigger, so that way they never have the opportunity to sacrifice it to the Neoform. So obviously they can have some redundancy by having more creatures in play, but in general that's how you interact with it. You kill their 2-drops. I think I might want a second 4-drop in this deck, so I can, like, Dualcaster Mage Neoform when I sack a 3-drop. And get 2 4s out of my deck. Nightpack Ambusher. I don't want a 4-mana copy spell Violet Journey. I want a second 4-drop to get out of my deck with Neoform. So I just want, like, be able to put, like, 2 quality cards into play when I, like, Neoform a 3 and then copy it with Dualcaster Mage. I have a second Questing Beast in the sideboard right now for the matchups where that effect's really good. So, did do a removal spell here. Just dead here, they attack and then sack. Well, if they attack, they no longer have creatures to sack, so no. We're not dead on board. We're dead to a variety of different spells here. Acker, thank you for the 21 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping us around. That is not the Stormcaller I wanted for Christmas, chat. Alright, so what's the play here? We Abrade, Dualcaster Abrade. Still dead to a lot, but not that on board. Bolt sample. In a roundabout way, yes. I expect to see them to draw cards here since so much of their deck kills us. That is on the list of spells that kills us. Alright, so... Is Fnatic Amogus a better kill condition than Tuktuk? Well, Fnatic Amogus costs 4, so no. I want a second 4-drop to pair with Dualcaster Mage. The idea of playing some other 2s also sounds appealing. What other 2-drop might be good? A 2-mana dork that's also a land? I don't think that sounds very good at all. Augur of Bolas digs to Neoform. That is a technically correct statement. That is a technically correct statement. There are 14 hits for Augur in this deck, chat. I would like to politely but firmly decline that suggestion. Yeah, Arcanus doesn't do anything. I feel like I can replace these Soulscar Mages. They've been kind of whatever. I guess they were okay in the Sultai matchup. Magmatic Chandler is basically never turned on. I like the idea of rekindling for the second 4-drop. What about this? Is this stupid? Or is it genius? Huh. That's a good thought. We could play this and then play what's it called? Like Innkeeper? Or still a tempo deck with Innkeeper? Maybe. Yeah, let's try this. Let's try Fae of Wishes. It might be too slow, but I want to give it a try. Technically gives us more copies of Neoform, right? Ah, the Amonkhet board. Welcome to the desert, baby, where the sounds are really loud. Yes, I did slide our 4th Neoform into the sideboard. I was posting it as you typed that, King, so it should be updated now. Features, not bugs. We're just putting that into play tapped and then opting this turn. Peace was never an option for this goose chat. Was never an option. Alright, so we need to bounce the Woe Strider at end step, so that way they can't recast it. And actually, I'd rather bounce the Mayhem Devil, right? Because if they sack this so it doesn't, this goes away, that's fine. I want to get rid of their blocker. Oh, right, because even if I get rid of this, they can sack the food to kill the Stormcaller. Yeah, good call. So definitely, or use the tower. That's really unfortunate. Do we have enough to kill them? Guess we're gonna find out, huh? Because I'm down a clone. So I'm gonna have 5 here. I think we're short. I think we're gonna be short because of that draw. Yeah, they're gonna take a hit for 12 here. But we forced them to chump block at least, so we got that going for us. Then we have a blocker. So, hopefully they'll die next turn. They're obligated to block with their Goose here. Correct. You do not have to pay additional costs if you are copying a spell. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. I think this is a good example of, we didn't kill them this turn, but we could have if we had Combat Celebrant in the deck, but it just doesn't matter because we're going to win the game anyways. Yeah. So. Alright, so pretty sure Bonecrusher comes out here because it's real bad against Oven and Woestrider. Both Abrade and Redcap are good. If this is a Cinderclasm matchup. That's true. We also would have been killed if we just been a little bit luckier and drawn fewer bad cards. This is probably a matchup where I don't want Rekindling Phoenix. The eggs and stuff just die. Unsubstantiate's probably not stellar here. Maybe I'll bring in like one Cinderclasm. Let's give this a go. We are entering maintenance soon. Patches? Arena definitely needs lots of patches. Would you believe that the status page does not have anything about the 22nd up here? It just says the 17th, June 25th, black screen, September 22nd, no incidences today. All right, it says under maintenance here. It does say under maintenance, but there's no details other than that. Is Aether Gust good in the board? I don't know. Maybe. This is a sorcery, right? Oh, this is an instant. This card's sick. This patch will be the secret Uro ban. Here's hoping. Oh, I should have shocked this so I could Cinderclasm. That was a mistake. Hey, chat. Hey, chat, our opponents died. Remember that time our opponent died on turn 4? No, no thought sees me. All right, good. Just a goose. Whew. Whew. I still should have done it so I could Cinderclasm to clear their board. I think we're okay though, because I have 7 things in my deck. I don't know if this is lethal, but thankfully it's not my job to figure that out. Decidedly not my job to come to that conclusion. That was our first turn 4 kill of the morning. Seems pretty good. Thanks for turning the sound back down on Magic Arena. I appreciate you. Hey, Razor Rocks. Thanks to 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Back into the desert we go, chat. Is that an actual bug? Yes. On this game board specifically, all of Arena's noises are increased. It increases your volume on this game board. Neat. Holy Arlie, thank you for the 2/3 of your support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. We are playing against the sub. Pi played in the Open this past weekend. They've been working on various party decks. I think Blue, Esper, Blue, White, and Jeskai. It's actually a very good draw. Just send this back from whence it came. Or we could just kill it with fire. That'll do too. They could be playing mono blue. Okay, it looks like the party deck. Yeah, because this is a warrior, right? Yeah. Warriors, come out and play. Cast Deceiver Exarch. Cast Splinter Twin. This is how you treat your subscribers. Comboing them on turn 4 is shameful. Listen, didn't you read the Reddit thread about how mean I am? I'm very nasty, chat. So they block 2 and then they die. Good chat, good chat. Jeff's a capitalism pig. That's a good descriptor. Big believer of capitalism pig. Alright, so we're bringing in a bunch of removal spells here. What are we cutting? It's probably Brazen Borrower. Just want like all Doomblades on deck and this isn't an actual Doomblade. Do that. See how it goes. Who's ready to pay 3 mana and cast Tuktuk Rubblefort, chat? I know I am. Oh, yeah, I lost a bunch of my old clips. It'll be okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people in the world who think that just because you're related by blood to other people, you're supposed to cut toxic people slack. And I definitely don't subscribe to that theory. You should eliminate people who make you feel less than in your life, regardless of whether or not they happen to be related to you. In my opinion. Containment Priest is technically a card against us, yep. We're just putting a land into play tapped here and then passing. I mean, is it a big sad, chat? Is it a big sad? You see that shock there, chat? That shock is what we like to call bait in the biz. One could argue that I was a master at baiting. Kick it. I wonder if I'm supposed to just like Neoform this into a Rekindling Phoenix there. So is that a good draw? Is that one good? Sorry, bye. Getting stuck on mana that second one was tough. Chat, the maintenance notes from today say that the June 25th black screen incident has been resolved. It says the June 25th black screen incident has been resolved as of right now on the status page. This was up here until just now. Remember we were making fun of it? Wait. It said resolved a second ago and then it disappeared? Alright, I don't know how the status page works. They took it down. They deleted it. They deleted it live on stream. JK, LOL. Death Seraphim, thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back. Good morning, oldest son. You want to play Minecraft? I'll be done with work in 15 to 20 minutes. And once I'm done, I will help you set up Minecraft, okay? You have a lot of minutes till your next class. Let me see if that's true.
That true?
You do have a lot of minutes. You have 50 minutes.
50 minutes. 50 minutes.
Is Declan still in class? Declan should be done. I mean, ask Declan to help you set it up. You probably need to go find him first, child. Moist Succulent Pyro, thanks for the 2 years. I appreciate that. Welcome back. We want this to be a red source, most likely, so we'll shock in pool here to start. Alright, Luris, Blood Crypt. Probably want to hang on to Spikefield Hazard for now. Good chance that they're a Young Pyromancer deck. Yeah, the Arcanist deck. There's another red source there, which is great. I mean, people have been playing Temur Adventures in Standard. Yeah, so that play means I don't get to get Borrower into play there, but... Oh, you know what? That was wrong. So, with that land play, I actually can't cast my Wizard and my Neoform next turn, so I should have put that down on the blue side, I think. Yeah, Spikeform is great, Jet. Spikefield Hazard is great. Very, very good. Ours is providing a bit more guidance than that, Tuber. So we basically, my kids have video calls several times per day. I don't think there's any personal information on here. No, so like, this is like what my kids' calendars look like. Like the blue meetings are calls where Jacob has, and the green ones are Declan. For lots of different classes. And they have other, like, sheet work and stuff that they have to do in between that. But, like, that's part of the reason why I mentioned, you know, I'm doing my split stream schedule, is so in the afternoons I can help out with that. Christy doesn't have too many meetings in the mornings usually, so she covers the mornings, then I do that. I do the afternoons. So, it's worth noting here that if I had played this Riverglide Pathway as a Riverglade, I could combo this turn. I could Neoform... No, wait, this turns into a 3. I'm a liar, never mind, ignore me. Am I just getting a Rekindling Phoenix? I think I'm getting a Rekindling Phoenix. Or do I just get Questing Beast? Questing Beast has haste. I get Questing Beast. How is that? Is it manageable or inconvenient? I mean, it's not ideal, but it's definitely much better than my children catching a preventable disease by keeping them home. It's much better than exposing my 3-month-old to COVID. Phoenix was mad it wasn't picked. I'm glad it showed up to the party, okay? You're supporting both children in classes at the same time. Depends on the hour. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I think I'm holding on to this in case they Croxy me. think I'm just passing here. Also, getting some lands into my hand means I can pick Fae of Wishes back up and grant it again, which sounds appealing. I feel like this matchup's probably bad for us. Our deck's pretty interactive and can pick us apart. He says as he gets thought seized. Ooh, yeah, that's true. Granted for Cinderclasm would be real good. Forgot about that one. That card's so great. So that means they can now fame this to then flashback Bedevil and kill my token. Oh. Really? Okay. Sure. Seems like a loose line. I would love to keep my Phoenix. Okay. And then I think I just attack with both of these. This blocks here. I take 6. We kill them on the backswing. Yeah. Rekindling Phoenix looking really good. Two drop in play with Neoform plus a Dualcaster Mage in hand. Backdoors into it, Duck Doolittle. This is the risk. So we go to 1 here, so we have a couple of draws that could kill them. Oh, because they took damage to draw. Got it. Sick. So, definitely an all Doomblades on deck matchup. I think I want the extra Questing Beast. Bump Twisted Fizz. We actually played Twisted Fizz this morning, Pino. So if you'd like to bump something else, feel free to drop me a DM and let me know. That will be up on YouTube this evening. Unsubstantiate seems a little mediocre. What do I want to get rid of? Is it possible that I don't ever, like, they're probably wide enough a lot of the time that I'm not combo killing them the turn I put everything into play? So is it crazy to cut Tuktuk so I just never have to draw it? Will I regret cutting the Tuktuk Rubblefort? Yeah, I think that's the case in this matchup. I think there's a lot of range where we combo and then still win. Oh, Redcap Melee is good in this matchup too. Yeah. I have too many cards, chat. I have too many cards. But if I just become a mid-range deck? Is this crazy? I feel like this isn't crazy. I'll put a shock in the board to grab with Fae of Wishes on occasion. Let's try this. Let's try and play a mid-range mirror here and see if we can do that. Like, we beat them. We beat them in a mid-range mirror. Because it's not that useful, Tenuriel. Here's the best way to know if a card is individually powerful. How many historic decks are playing Combat Celebrant because it's a good card that they're interested in playing? The answer is 0, because it's not a good card. So, like, it's cute. It's different. Oh, I should have played Glasspool Mimic on one. That's what I should have done to have my second blue. Thinking about that. It's fine to do that now. Yeah, Combat Celebrant is a 3-mana extra that needs to untap to do anything. It is an individually weak card. So again, there's another build of this archetype in my deck queue that has cards like Combat Celebrant in it and Mana Dorks to go faster and all sorts of those other things. But that's not what this build is trying to do. This build is looking to explicitly be able to play a game of Magic when it's not comboing. Win games like that first one in this match that we won. And I'm interested to see, it's not even that it's a win more card, so much as it's that it's a more all-in card that's individually weak. Yeah, it's looking to be able to just play fair. Was the right play last turn. Bye, friend. I think I'm holding on to this in case we find like a shock or an opt or an Abrade or something. Yeah, the combo takes a lot of slots. And again, I'm definitely not asserting that this build is ideal or optimal or better than the more all-in variation, but I am saying that that's explicitly not what we were trying to accomplish with this build, which is why it's not what we're doing. Alright, so hoping to draw a removal spell here, so we can Stormgate into kill 2 other things. How about another land, chat? You think that'll do it? I do not have Dualcaster Mages in my deck right now. No, that's a lie. I have 2 of them. 2. Thought sees me, daddy. Yeah, this is why I played my 2-1 out, because you're going to lose it anyways. Do you have a village rights? You do. What's our best draw here? Fae of Wishes, probably? For Cinderclasm? Oh, actual Cinderclasm, because I boarded in the Cinderclasms. We got, well, I don't even know if I want to say fortunate with Jake, but Jake played with his first loose tooth so much that by the time it came out, it really didn't bleed much, because it had slowly been trickling out of his mouth as he played with the loose tooth. Which, by the way, if that sounds disgusting, that's how 6-year-olds work when they have loose teeth. But yes, we should put 30 of them into a classroom during a pandemic because they definitely won't spread their germs around. We're just gonna die to this Croxer, right? Needed to see some removal spells that game. Boarded in a lot of them and just didn't see any. I think I'm happy with how we boarded. I'm gonna run it back. I'm an adult, and I can barely keep my hands from being attached to my face all day. Yeah, it's just like habit that you have to like unlearn. This is blue-red land, right? Yep. Please play something that dies to... I guess any other things die to both of these, right? So if they play Arcanist, we get to Abrade them. We could get Thoughtseized here, just to trust supplier. Think I'm holding on to Stomp as removal. We'll go ahead and Stormcaller into Op tier. Get my cantrip on. I'm gonna bottom that. Hey, it's a way to exile that without it getting them more triggers. That's nice. Short on red mana at the moment, though. Oh, that's great to box. Or maybe it's not great. It's funny. It's definitely funny. I'm not going to comment on whether or not it's great, but it's definitely funny. Ooh, whips and chains. Get me excited, opponent. I think we're just abrading this. This matchup feels horrible. I mean, getting Thoughtseized constantly always feels bad. It doesn't mean the matchup itself is bad. I mean, if you count our adventure creatures, we technically have closer to 20 instants and sorceries, or 22 or whatever. Yeah, Scavenging Ooze is probably fine. I don't know, we don't have that many green sources. is part of the issue with Scavenging Ooze. Definitely feels like we're dead here. So, wrap up thoughts on this before we call it a day. One, I feel like the combo itself felt pretty reasonable, right? Like, I feel like anytime you're killing people on turn 4 some amount of the time, you really want to take a second and think about, like, what your deck is doing and the best way you can do that. That being said, I don't know that, like Splinter Twin was in Modern back in the day, I don't know that this combo really ports well into a tempo fair style shell like we were trying to accomplish here. This combo requires you to just put so many kind of medium cards in your deck that, like, trying to play a fair game plan with the card quality that you have with this combo feels difficult. So I'm interested to see when the more all-in build that we have in the deck queue gets to the top, what that ends up feeling like. So for reference, the more all-in build plays 1 mana dork, so you can theoretically combo on turn 3. It plays Pact of Negation to protect the combo the turn it goes off, and it plays things like Shimmer of Possibility to be able to dig deep into the deck to find the combo pieces more consistently. So, I am interested to see if this potentially feels like a better shell than trying to play like this mediocre beats plan. We did win a few games in this set on the mediocre beats plan, but again, on average, like that last game's a good example where, like, a real interactive deck that doesn't have to play mediocre combo cards in it, I think is going to probably pick us apart most of the time because their average card quality is just so much better than ours. And, like, if our fair game plan isn't good against the fair decks, like, what are we really playing it for, right? Like, what are we gaining by doing it? All right. At any rate, that's going to be it for me for this morning, folks. I appreciate everybody that hung out. If you're new to the channel or just not used to my new schedule, I'm doing a split stream schedule now, like I mentioned. So I'm signing off for 7 hours. I'll be back tonight. We're going to play some Standard this evening and then a second Historic deck as well. So my evening stream tonight will be all Magic Arena. If you want to catch up on any of my stuff in the past few weeks, you can check out my YouTube channel. Everything gets uploaded there. And hopefully see some of you this evening. Everybody, stay safe out there wherever you're at. Peace, folks.